Welcome back, my horde. So I'm going to be a little monotone right now, talking really close to my mic, and I try not to blow it out. But at the exact same time, I'm also struggling with how to word this, just because I don't really want it to sound like I'm complaining or trying to. I don't know. I don't know. Just the last little while, I have not really been feeling up for recording anything for the channel or freaking even streaming. And a lot of it's just like, I don't know, like it's hard to explain because of the fact that it's one part me complaining, one part me blaming someone else, and one part me self-loathing, I guess. And it's starting to become really hard to figure out what exactly is the problem to fix it. And yeah, like I think the biggest problem is just the fact that like I have a lot of ideas and stuff like that for the channel and the future, and one problem after another problem just kind of hinders me, and I'm not even sure where to go after the initial problem. Like, I was trying to record some rimworld stuff, but then that started getting glitchy and I was just getting upset about that, so I kind of bailed out of that. I had a disagreement with some of the guys that I was streaming with, and even though that got kind of resolved, I don't feel like it's really been resolved. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, they kind of like, I started complaining about, the fact that, they didn't feel like, it doesn't feel like they're really trying and stuff like that. And then they brought up the fact that, like, yeah, you're right, we're not, doing this. And then they kind of like were aiming towards, like, it's all, their fault kind of idea. I'm like now then I'm getting mad at them because, like, now I just feel like I'm being an asshole and stuff like that, and it's not good. So, like, I didn't stream for a little while, and I still played games with them and stuff like that, but it feels like something's wrong, and I can't figure out exactly what it is, and it's starting to get really frustrating. And I was going to be recording this with Tammy, and then I had said something, and I made it just like I made an awkward comment, like, just about, like, my this whole situation, and then I was like, I don't even want to talk about this anymore, and I kind of just like stopped talking, and then a good 5-10 seconds went by, and Tammy hadn't talked yet, and I'm like, why are we even recording this? Like, and then she's like, well, I was gonna say something. It's just like I was waiting to make sure you weren't gonna say anything else. Like, I didn't want to cut you off. And it's like, I don't know. Like I said, it's a big ball of, like, I want this to work. Like, even if it's not even like getting lots of views, which I'm not getting lots of views, and, like, like shit like that. If I just ignore all of this shit, like ignore all the fact that, the streaming and the YouTube, if I just ignore the fact that, I'm never gonna get money from this ever, which is fine. It's, it is a problem in its own right, because of the fact that in the back of my head, I know how much Tammy's been upset with, like, certain things that happen at work and stuff like that, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if I could make money off this, then, she could just quit her job, and, like, we could work on this, and, like, then, no problems. And then fucking I look at it and go, well, I'm never going to get this, though. I just lost 3 subscribers the other day. Like, I'm not going to make any money off this. And then, like, yeah, so, like, there's that. But, like, like I said, I'm trying to just ignore it, pretend like, I'm not trying to make money off this. It does help if I kind of work with that mindset a lot of the times. But then, like, I'm trying to do something with just, like, a group of my friends. It's like they're delaying because of this, delayed because of that, and it's just like, ooh, like, I get frustrated. Like I said, just because it's like, or like we're all playing and, like, one of the guys runs off and does his own thing. It's like, well, why are we playing together? Like, I could just go play a game by myself. And at least then I can have the commentary about myself. Like, and then I brought that up, and then it's just like a bunch of other things like that. And it's just like, after a bit, it's like, I don't know. It's just been really hard because the fact that I just don't know where I have to draw the line anymore for it to still, be fun. It's not like it's like not fun because of them. It's just like, I get all, like, using this example, on Monday, which is one of the ones that pissed me off, because it's happened before, but it's just, this is the one that, got me, was the fact that, like, we're supposed to start gaming at 7. At 6, one of the guys messages and goes, I'm not going to be on until 8:30. And it's just like, as soon as he says that, my brain immediately gets pissed off because of the fact that he has to go to sleep because he didn't get enough sleep earlier. But it's like, why didn't you go to sleep earlier? And it's like, he's like, well, I couldn't because, whatever, which sometimes it's like, actual important things. So I'm not actually, I shouldn't be that mad, but it just feels like it happens too regularly. And then it's just frustrating as fuck. Or like, I don't know. It's like little things like that. It's like, they're not the ones streaming. They're not the ones that are trying to stream. But like, that's the other thing. It's the fact that like my head like also gets mad because like back in the day, when the reason I started streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube and all that stuff was legitimately because they were like, hey, we're gonna start streaming on Twitch. Do you want to join us? I'm like, fucking okay, fine, man. Like, I was gonna do stuff with just YouTube, but fine. I will start streaming on Twitch. And the one guy has now completely stopped. And the other guy only streams half the stuff. And I'm just like, oh, for frick's sakes. So why are we, I don't know. So that's why, like, one of the reasons I started just putting this stuff on YouTube was so that you guys can actually see it and stuff like that. But it's just like, that was frustrating. It's just like, it's hard to keep a schedule for something when, like, they're doing that, or, they have to take breaks here and there for something. So it's just, I don't know. I know that in July, my one friend is moving back and has already stated that he would like to spend a lot more time with me. So we will see what happens there. But it's just like, also like, because of Chris's and Jay's schedule, it's like, it's really hard to do anything that isn't streaming. Like, I don't think they understand that. It's like, they can't come over to my house and hang out. We can't do any of that stuff anymore. Not because of COVID. Like, I've got my fucking vaccination. I'm fucking good to go. Chris has got his. I'm pretty sure he's got his second dose, so he's good to go. But no, it's more of the concept that freaking, if they come over, that means that we don't do anything online. At all. Like, we don't play anything online. And, like, it takes them a while to get here, like, so it's like, like, this is the only time I get to actually do anything with them is through this. And it's like, then I'm not playing with them for another hour and a half, and then fucking, we start getting into it, and then, like, one of them has to go to bed early because they didn't sleep that great, and it's just like, oh, frick, man. Like, it just becomes so much harder than it has to be. And it's not like it's their fault, per se. It's just, like, I just don't think they understand how much it, in the back end, just gets to me. Because of the fact that I want to still do stuff with them, but it's, like, and I'm spending all this time and, like, waiting for them, so I can't, start certain things, and do certain things until they get on, and stuff like that. And then finally they get on, and then, like, they have to take a break halfway through. And it's just like, holy crap. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe like again, maybe I'm asking for too much, just overall. And I'm totally down with like understanding that I am, but it's just like, yeah, it starts becoming so much harder. So, and it's weighing on me because I would like to start doing stuff for the channel, not just YouTube but Twitch as well, which incorporates them. Like I talked about doing something the other day with a bunch of people, and I got mixed results. I'm like, well, are we doing this? Are we not doing this? Like, does this sound like a good idea, guys? Like, I like I said, I have so many ideas. Like, like at one point I was talking to Tammy about some stuff, and it's like, literally, Tammy had when me and her talked, it was almost to the point where I usually make dinner for Tammy when she gets off work. Usually there's dinner waiting for her. But like I was talking about like how I wanted to switch up some stuff. Maybe this is like a couple months ago, and I was talking about how I wanted to switch up some stuff and maybe just like have it where um by the time she gets home I'm still streaming, and like she just like picks up food or something like that. She was like totally down with like once a week doing that or twice a week doing that or whatever. So it was like, you know, she was already okay with this whole scenario. I'm like, okay, well, like, I could, get up at, I think it was like getting up at like 3 instead of my normal, at the time was like 5. But, getting up at 3 or 2 in the afternoon, going immediately to streaming, and just streaming until, 2 in the morning, like streaming for 12 hours. And she was totally okay with the idea of this all. But then, like, the person I was going to be streaming with had to get a job, and then they couldn't do it anymore, and it's just like, all that shit just went south real fast. But it was like, I'm trying to, like, come up with something where I can do something here. Like, it just feels like every couple steps I take forward, either no one else takes the steps forward and I have to go backwards just to pick them back up and move them forward, or fucking something else happens and I have to, I take a couple steps back, like the RimWorld stuff where my computer is just not able to handle that many people on the screen. So because of that, it's like, fuck, man, that sucks. So, that's a huge problem. Like the one I was recording the other day, the one guy just stopped moving. And I was like, ooh, not great. When one of your characters just stops moving. Not great. So, yeah. I'll see. Oh, I don't know. We'll see how things go in the next month. It's gonna be a little bit more of a struggle. But, yeah. I do have a bunch of games that I'm going to be playing on Twitch. I don't know when I'll get back to RimWorld. I want to get back to it, but at the exact same time, it's just going to be difficult because of the fact that, like I said, it's running really slow. So maybe I'll just run the 2 games the 2 series I'm doing until they're done. Try to get them done. And then just keep it with, like, 2 series a week for now. Maybe I'll start that up on Thursday or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something. But, yeah. No, like I said, it was, like a week or 2 ago, it was to the point where I was thinking about just quitting everything. Like, just stop recording. And it's just like, grumpy me. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna just end this here because There's really nothing else I gotta add. And yeah, might as well just end it before I start repeating myself too much. So, in short, I should be starting things back up soon. But if I don't, or if you guys don't see it, that's pretty much why. It's just, yeah. If you guys still see the stream stuff going up, that's going to be going up until, I think it's like the 26th, I think it's something like that. It was the last time I streamed. Or maybe it was the 28th. But yeah, I have up to, I got about half of it edited. It's going to be interesting the one day. It's going to be a fucking 11 hours stream. Ugh. But nonetheless, yeah, I'm going to just run away now. So, yeah. See you guys.